Ramon!
What's up? Okay, so if you've ever had the interest or desire to move abroad, we want to help you navigate that process. So we did this about 5 years ago, started our life abroad. We learned a lot along the way, and we want to share that information with you.
Alright, so in this video we are going to provide our top 5 things to consider when moving abroad. So, on to numero...
Let's get to it, numero uno! Okay guys, so cost of living, right? Maybe the most important consideration, because you're going to be going to these beautiful, awesome countries, and you want to be able to afford all that they have to offer, right? All the fun, all the attractions. So you need to think about a budget.
Boring!
Right? What is your income? Are you going to be working abroad? Do you have savings? Do you have retirement? And then what are those expenses, right? You're going to have housing, you're going to have food, you're going to have insurance, and also entertainment, right? You don't want to forget about that.
It's party time!
And how can you kind of look at that, right? How can you compare countries? Well, there's some great comparative sites out there, like this one, right? Take your country, okay, America, you got Ecuador. Okay, good. Looks reasonable. Seems like a good place to live. And we'll include a link to this site so you can check it out for yourself. And another great source is expat groups on Facebook. So every country will have a group where you can kind of talk to other expats, ask them about costs, and get a true picture of what it's going to be like to live abroad in that country. And then do your research, right? There's a lot of information on the internet, a lot of good blogs, and you can go to those, check them out, specific to your countries that you're interested in, and ask the questions and research. All right, guys, on to numero dos.
Okay, geographic location. So, weather. Do you want to have sunshine all the time? Or do you want to have cold, cooler weather? Or do you know for sure you do not want raining, overcast weather like this? Because it will affect your mood for sure. All right, so next is location. Do you want to live by the beach? Living it up at the beach? Or do you want to live in the mountains? Whoa, it's cold here. Or do you want to be living in the countryside? It's lovely here in the countryside. That is something else to consider when thinking about moving abroad. Do you want to live in a rural area or do you want to live in the city? In the rural area, you'll have peace and quiet. You'll be further removed from other people and amenities. But in the city, you'll be closer to hospitals, stores, restaurants, and you have easier access to transportation. So that takes me to numero tres. All right.
Visa requirements. Definitely something you want to understand early in the process, because each country is going to have unique requirements for coming in as a tourist or as a resident. Okay, and these can definitely impact your decision to move into that country or not. Okay, so let's look at it from the tourist side. So here you would want something that's a bit more lenient, right? A visa that will let you come, explore the country, get a good feel to see if you want to live there or not.
Get me out of here!
And then when you look long-term at residency, this is typically gained through investment in that country, as a professional or having a business there, or through some family relationship. Right? Maybe you get married to someone down there, fall in love, or you have a baby while you're down there. Stinky. So that's how Claire and I obtained permanent residency here in Ecuador. Right? We have our child, Gabriel. Okay, so we're going to include a list of some countries that are a bit more lenient in terms of their visa requirements. So check that out in the description below. And on to numero cuatro.
Ease of integration. So language and culture are the most enriching parts about living abroad. So with that language, are you willing to learn a new language or are you already fluent? I can tell you firsthand, moving to a country, not knowing the language, it can be frustrating and challenging at times. But do not be discouraged, just know your comfort level. With that, there's also culture shock. So how comfortable are you with change in adapting to a new environment? Are you willing to give up your Amazon, your Starbucks, your Walmart, Target?
You must be out of your goddamn mind!
or even not being able to flush toilet paper in the toilet. So each culture is different in how they operate and what they value. In some countries, they're more receptive to foreigners. In other countries, not so much.
You shall not pass!
And this will affect how quickly you can make friends. Also, some countries have a big expat community where you can meet other like-minded people. And then there's other countries that do not have a big expat presence. So know which you prefer. All right, on to numero 5.
Country stability. So there's a few things you want to look at with this one. Economic. What is the current economic situation of the countries you're looking at? Do they have a stable currency, or is it subject to inflation? Because that can impact prices while you're down there. And if you're paid in the local currency, it can really cause a headache for budgeting or figuring out how much you're going to be earning. Political. Is there a history of civil unrest? What about the government? Are they in a stable situation, or is there a lot of turnover? What about laws that might impact you as a foreigner coming in?
You're playing music too loud, right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast,
Like that.
jail. Slow, jail. You're charging too high prices for sweaters,
Okay.
glass.
And then infrastructure. You want to look at the healthcare system. Would you feel comfortable having a major surgery down there? Would you feel comfortable giving birth? We've had 2 children abroad, one in Ecuador, one in Paraguay, and we received great care. The education system. If you have children, right, something you want to think about. Or are you going to homeschool? A lot of expats do that as well. And last is safety. Right? Both in and out of your home, you want to feel as safe as possible. You don't want to be walking around worrying that someone's going to rob you or harass you. So you want to look into that, right? You want to live in these beautiful countries, and you also want to be comfortable and feel as safe as possible.
Your own happy place.
Okay, well that is our top 5 list. Let's send it back to us. Okay, so hopefully these tips help you narrow down your dream location abroad. And let's see, sometimes we like to end with some fun Q&A, random Q&A.
Okay.
So Claire,
What do you have?
what has been the worst thing that's happened to you while living abroad?
Okay. I would say being robbed. That would definitely be,
sucked.
yeah, when we got robbed. That was the worst.
Our home was
Yeah.
robbed. They took a lot of our electronics.
We just felt so violated. Like, our sense of security and safety, and yeah, that was a bad
awful.
time. Yeah.
But we moved on.
Yeah. All right, and you? What was your worst moment since living abroad?
I have this thing with pooping and buses. So
Oh my god. Great.
it's just like, I don't know, the buses here, like they're long trips. They don't let you use the bathrooms for some reason, and there's never toilet paper, so it ends up creating some embarrassing situations of getting off buses or trying to sneak one in the bathroom when you're not supposed to. So we'll get into that in a future
Yeah,
video.
we'll leave that for another time.
All right.
All right.
So be sure to check out our next video. We're gonna have some more information and tips on living abroad.
Yes, so please subscribe for more videos and follow us on social media and comment below. We'd love to hear from you, hear your tips and any questions you have.
We'd love to answer them. So we're here.
All right.
Till next time.
Ciao.
See you later. Adios.